still be happy. You can do whatever you like. You don't have to be ready.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to another CC haul. Today I have way over 100 new CC items for both your male and your female Sims. As always, you can find links to everything in the description down below, and I'll also make sure to link you to a playlist full of my previous CC hauls if you're still in need of more CC after today's video. But without further ado, let's get straight into this. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you have some nice plans for the weekend, whatever they might be. I am not in a very weekendy feeling. It is currently a Monday for me, so that makes sense. I also worked all day yesterday on Sunday to prepare this video today. There is a lot going on. I'm going to the UK in 2 days, so I'm just trying to pre-record a few videos. I don't know, I booked that flight, and for some reason it feels like I booked the flight and then it was the next day, so there's just been a lot going on. I also still need to return a book to the library, which is really annoying because I'm either going to do it today after I've done most of the work, or I'm going to do it tomorrow, which is the day before the flight, which feels a bit, I don't know, it just feels weird. It probably isn't. I mean, a lot of people do things the day before the flight, but for some reason in my brain, I just need some like downtime before a flight. Luckily, it's like a late one. Usually I leave in the mornings and it's always a bit stressful because I have to get up super early and then pack like a few last things and then leave. But this time my flight is around like 7 p.m. or something, so it's very relaxed, very nice. I'm gonna have a lot of time, even though maybe it's a bit weird, like if you get up and you know you have like 6 hours until you need to leave or something, that just feels a bit weird to me, but it might be nice. I can definitely, you know, it's just, you can get up, you can have a shower, you can pack your last few things, there's a lot of time. You can actually eat something at home, which I think is going to be the best part of it all, because I usually end up feeling a little bit nauseous when I fly in the mornings because I don't eat that early, and then I have to eat something at the airport, and then I arrive at my boyfriend's pretty late, so it's kind of already dinner time, but my body is still in like travel mode. I don't know, it feels weird. I also tend to get nauseous or travel sick quite easily. It's not as bad as when I was younger. Oh my lord, when I was a child, it was not good. I was like getting so car sick. I have like part of my family that lives on the opposite side of Germany, so we went there quite frequently. Always by car. It took like 4 to 5 hours. I was always getting sick and it was not a good time. I don't get that bad anymore, especially now. I mean, if I can drive myself, I don't get car sick. The only time I ever got car sick when I drove myself was when I lived in the US, because my host parents, I was an au pair if you didn't know, in the US for a bit, and my host parents had this like very low down car. I don't actually know what you call it in English when a car is just like almost on the ground. So you sat super far down in the car, which already was an issue. And then where they lived, it was quite foresty, and there were like a lot of windy roads, a lot of up and down, and that definitely got me car sick even when I rode the car myself. Luckily, it was like a leased car, obviously, so luckily, whilst I was there, it got replaced with a different car that I really loved because it's like higher up and a lot nicer to drive, and I didn't get car sick in that anymore. But that was a weird experience, to be driving yourself and still getting car sick. I don't know, did not enjoy that very much. But I've gotten better, you know. There's like days now where I can sit in a car for hours and I don't get car sick, or buses. I think it has to do a lot with how much I slept, what I've eaten, how I feel in general on that day. Sometimes I think I can get in my head about it a little bit, like when I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get car sick, I will make myself car sick, if that makes sense. But I should be good. It's a late freaking journey. The only issue, I don't know, maybe I'm just making it into more in my head, but the day I leave, it's gonna be super hot here. It's gonna be like 34 degrees, which is like 90 something Fahrenheit, 90 Fahrenheit, I don't know, something around that. It's insane. It's super warm, and I'm gonna have a suitcase, I'm gonna have my backpack, I'm gonna have a little bag, I'm gonna have to get to the airport, which that in itself, fine. Okay, alright, I can put up with it. I'm gonna have to wear jeans though, because they're always the heaviest part, and I only have like a hand luggage for a suitcase, so it's not gonna fit that much. So I'm gonna be wearing jeans in the 34 degrees heat, which If I didn't have to also pull a whole suitcase behind me, it might be fine. But I'm going to get sweaty. Let's just say it. I'll be sweaty, which is fine. All right, whatever. But then it's going to be quite, I'm not quite cold, but it's going to be like in the 20s. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit. Something between 70 and 80. Who knows? So it's going to be in the 20s in the UK. And I already know that for me, that will be cold. Okay, like 20 degrees here, different story in the UK. It always feels colder there. Whenever it's 20 degrees here, it will say on like the weather app, it will be like, feels 5 degrees warmer or whatever. There, opposite. Feels a lot colder. So I already know I'm gonna have to bring a jacket, which now imagine me, 34 degrees, have my jeans on, I've got a backpack, I've got a suitcase, I need to somehow carry a jacket and make it to the airport. And the walk to the train that takes me to the airport is about 15 minutes. And maybe I make it into more in my head, but that just seems awful. I don't like that. I don't understand why on the day I have to leave to the airport, it's going to be the hottest. Literally the days before and after, they're so warm, but not that warm. Don't know why it has to be that way. Why? So I don't know. I'll be very hot. It'll be very annoying to go there with all of the luggage and then having to dress kind of warm. Obviously, I'm not going to put on the jacket, but I'm going to have to carry it, which will make you warmer inevitably. So that's great. I'm looking forward to it. I'll be exhausted at the end of it, but it's nicer that it's a late flight. I mean, at least I will have slept. I will have showered. Maybe I'll wash my hair just before so it cools me down a bit. A bit of wet hair might be nice. Who knows? But that's gonna be me. It will not be pleasant, but I'm sure we'll get through it. I don't know. I have a huge issue with the heat. It's gotten better over the years. Like, I was definitely a lot worse when I was younger, but it's still not nice. I also tend to move too fast. I think this year I was definitely like, when I went out, I was like, just move slower. Do everything at like half the speed, which I'm an impatient person, so that's not always easy, but I've just taught myself, I was like, no, if you don't want to overheat, we'll need to take it slow. We need to do everything at half the speed. So I did that, and it definitely helped. I think you underestimate how much warmer you get when you walk fast, because I tend to, especially when I'm by myself, I just like half run. I literally walk so fast. I also stopped biking everywhere. I love being on my bike, but the issue is in summer, if I'm on my bike, it feels so nice whilst I'm riding, because obviously you get like a bit of a breeze, it's nice, it feels cooler. But then as soon as I stop my bike, oh my lord, can't even explain. I feel like this is how people feel in menopause, honestly. It's just like the heat that rises up inside me, and I just start sweating profusely everywhere. I'm like, this is not it. Like, this is not what I want. So I just started walking to supermarkets, or I'm going on days, like I specifically look at my weather app, which days are cooler, and then in the morning I go to the supermarket with my bike when I know it's not going to be super hot. It's like, that is the person I have turned into in summer. That's summer me. Needless to say, I'm very excited for summer to be over. I love fall. It's my favorite season. So already excited for that, but then also excited for it to get cooler. And I'm a bit worried because I remember last summer was so extremely warm. The summer before that as well. And this summer was kind of nice. It was honestly bearable. June, July, it was all good. The temperature was fine. There were only a few days that were too hot, but in August and now early September, summer just came back with a vengeance. It was like, you've underestimated me. I'm back and I'm gonna be hot for days on end. Luckily for this week, well, it already kind of started. Like, there has been a few days now where it was super hot. Luckily for the main part of it, I will be in the UK where it's cooler, so that works out great. That's pretty much it. I've also, oh my god, I've been doing so much reading lately. I don't know what's going on with me, because I don't know if you know Goodreads. If you are a reading person, you might. It's just a platform where people share what they're reading. You can rate books, that sort of stuff. Follow people who read a lot of books. write reviews, those kind of things. Okay, just a platform for books. I mean, that's so much more complicated than I had to. And you can set a goal, a reading goal for yourself at the start of the year. I put it to 50 books this year, which I was confident I could do, but then I was falling behind. I was like 8 or 9 books behind my schedule because it's so handy. Like, it literally tells you how many books you should have read, and it tells you how many books you're behind schedule to finish your goal or ahead of schedule. And I started with didn't start, but sometime in like maybe March, April, May, kind of that area, I just started falling behind so badly. I was 9 books behind, and now all of a sudden I'm 2 books ahead and I'm about to finish another one. I'm literally like 20 pages away from finishing a book or something like that. I took out a book from the library a few days ago, well, a while ago, the book that I still have to return, and I knew I had to finish it before I'm going to the UK, and it was, for some reason, I just speed read that thing. I'm not good at reading fast usually because I have ADHD, so I get distracted, I read whole sentences whilst thinking about something else, so I have to restart reading because I don't know what's going on. But that book, I was just in it. It was because the chapters were so short, which is godsend for me. It's literally the best thing when the chapters are short, because I'm like, oh, I'll read one more, you know, like you get like a little bit of dopamine every time the chapter is over. So I think that is what got me through. It's literally like chapters that were 4 to 5 pages, and I was like, why isn't every book like that? And it like kept swapping between different scenes, which kept it interesting. I loved that. Those are like the books that I just fly through, but as soon as there's books where chapters are like super long on end, I just lose interest. I'm also, the book that I'm about to finish, I'm not going to say which one because I don't want to spoil it, because I'm going to talk about something. The author, I love the author, but recently some of his books have lent more towards paranormal, and one of his latest books has really annoyed me because it did not point at anything paranormal happening for the longest time, and then it just seemed like a normal thriller, and then the way it got resolved was just, oh, oopsie, it was a ghost or something. I was like, huh? No, that's like such a cop-out. Like, I was so angry reading that because I really loved the book until that point, like until the big reveal. I was like, that's such a cop-out. And his newest book, like, it suggested that something paranormal was going on, but it actually got revealed that it was something not paranormal, and I enjoyed that way more because this time I was telling myself, I was like, okay, he's already pointing at paranormal stuff, I guess it's more like horror than thriller, that's fine, as long as you like, you know, ease me into it, you're telling me it's gonna be something paranormal, that's fine and fun, but don't tell me it's a regular thriller and then just use the cop out, oops, it was a ghost, who knew, you know, I just think that's so boring. But anyways, video's coming to an end real soon here. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe if you have not already, and I will see you all next time. Bye!